Alrighty then, let's do this, guys. Got junk dash, junk. Look at this, modified. Oil, whoop, wait. Oil pressure. That's the only modification I have done. But I'm putting a Corsa dash in my Monza, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that have been doing this that have wondered, what about the wiring? Well, I just figured it out. The wiring for the Corsa dash, the wiring for the Corsa dash and the wiring for the Monza dash is exactly the same. Plug it in and that's it. The only differences, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is the brake light, because the Monza dash has a brake light where the power wire goes on the top right there, see it? Right, it goes right across the blue with that brown wire. Top left, I mean. Okay. The brake light. But the Corsa dash does not have a brake light that I can see. I've already taken a few of these pins out, so it matches this one perfectly, except for the top left hand pin, which is the brake light, which I do not need, because I don't care about that. But there's a couple things that are wired on this Corsa dash as opposed of the Monza dash. One being the temperature cylinder head gauge, which is right here. Okay. This is just the power. This is the power right here. That's 12 volt power. This is ground. No. This is power for the lighting. I'm sorry. That's power for the lighting. I still have to ground this too. I'll figure that out here in a few minutes. Figure out how to freaking ground this thing. Anywho, so this is for the temperature sender for the head temperature, which I already have that. And this right here is for the tachometer. This goes to the positive on the ignition coil. And this is my oil pressure, which I've modified. Now the oil pressure gauge is just, I'll show you what I used. A lot of people are wondering. This is what I used. I used a Autometer oil pressure gauge, 2634. It comes with the sender. This is a sender, comes with it. You just hook it onto some of the oil, and then you just hook the wire onto there. Okay. And I destroyed it, and I took it all apart. This is the case actually for the oil pressure gauge, but I took it all apart. That way it fits perfectly, and I just drilled a few holes on the back of the thing, and it fits in there perfectly. Look at that. Besides the stupid overlapping numbers, but I don't care. I give a shit about those. Anyways, and then you got 3 wires that come off the back of this. You got ground, you've got the S for sender, and the I for ignition, which is 12 volt, turns off. So what I've done now is this wire, this white wire here, actually goes to the fuse block, which turns on when you turn the key on, like that. Okay, so that's my 12 volt power source, which I need that for 2 things on this. Oh god, I need that for my clock. This is 12 volt power for my clock, and my 12 volt power for my oil sender. So let's recap here. This is the back of the dash. This bolt here in the middle is ground. Now, as you can see, I've ground out so that none of these posts are touching. Look, the post is not touching the metal casing on any of them. Because if it touches, it grounds it out and the gauge will not work. And this gauge, this center post is the ground, so I just put this plate on here and I ground it onto this case. And I'm hoping this case gets grounded once I install it, but I won't know until I install it. So this wire is accounted for. This wire is my 12 volt power for the ignition. As you can see here with the, this is how it would have gone in, just like this. So the I is actually the ignition. It's my 12 volt ignition. This right here, the spade, will actually go into here. Bam. Okay. This right here goes to the coil. This goes to the coil, and this goes to my sender. So, should be it. And I have a 4-wire pair. As you can see, this green, yellow, black, white wire here goes all the way back to the dash. All the way back. So that's going to be my my thing for the coil, and it's going to be for the head temp, and it's going to be for the oil pressure. So I got 3 wires. Bam, bam, and bam. And I got some tags right there, so I can tag all those 3 wires. And that's it. So let's put this puppy in. Let's see if I can. Actually, there's one more wire that I need. One more wire. One more wire. I hate putting splices together. But anyways, if you look, everything will bolt up the same. All the lights are exactly the same. Everything is the same. So this dash will actually fit right in. Now if you take a Corsa dash and you just plug it into the factory plug here, okay, everything will work on the Corsa dash except for the clock, the head cylinder temperature, and the tachometer, and of course an oil pressure gauge if you put one in. Because those you actually have to put 12 volt. You have to put 12 volt power to that, and then you have to put the coil wire to the coil. So you got to run a wire for there, and you also have to run a wire for the cylinder head temperature gauge. So you got to run wires all the way to the back for the motor. Got racing seats. So let's put this puppy in, huh? Getting tired. Need to clean those contacts. Maybe I'll clean those contacts before anything. Right, what was I doing with this wire? That's right, I was going to put it on this for my oil pressure thing. Okay, anyways, let's see. That's one. So that's all I have. Whatever. Maybe I'll just connect this directly to the bus place. Yeah, maybe I will. Alright guys, well I'm going to clean up some of these contacts here. I'm going to clean those up with some sandpaper. That's all you do. Okay, I'm going to clean these contacts up. I'm going to put a wire here for my oil pressure sender. It's for my tack. Goes to the coil. And this goes to the head temp. Right there. Cool? Cool. Let's do this. See you in a bit.